Wait, what did she just say? The entire restaurant went silent. You could hear the soft hum of the chandelier above as every eye turned toward the little black girl, barely 10 years old, standing beside her mother, clutching her worn school backpack. Moments ago, the billionaire at table 7 had been laughing so hard his gold watch nearly slipped off his wrist. But now, the laughter had died, because the girl had just replied to him, in perfect Mandarin Chinese. Before I tell you how this moment changed everything, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because stories like this remind us that respect knows no color, and brilliance has no accent. The story began one rainy afternoon in Shanghai. A small cleaning company was hired to service a luxury hotel hosting an international business gala. Among the cleaners was Linda, a hard-working single mother who had moved from Ghana to China 10 years ago. She spoke very little Mandarin, just enough to greet and follow instructions. Her daughter, Amara, however, was different. She was quiet, observant, and always carried a small Mandarin storybook in her bag. While Linda mopped floors in the early mornings and cleaned guest rooms late into the night, Amara sat in a corner of the staff room, reading whatever she could find: menus, signs, newspapers. By the time she turned 10, she could read, write, and speak Mandarin better than most adults. But no one really noticed. She was just the cleaner's kid. That night, the hotel hosted a gala dinner for international investors. The main guest was Mr. Liang, a famous Chinese billionaire known for his sharp tongue and his love for showing off his power. His company had just announced a massive charity fund for education, and reporters flooded the hall to capture his every move. Linda was assigned to clean the dining hall after the event, but she arrived early, thinking she could finish before Amara's bedtime. As she quietly wiped down the corners, Amara sat at a small table near the back, drawing in her notebook. Mr. Liang noticed them and smirked. "Why is the help here during a private dinner?" he asked loudly, his tone dripping with arrogance. The manager quickly rushed forward, apologizing, but Linda bowed and tried to explain that she would clean quietly. Mr. Liang waved his hand dismissively. Then, spotting Amara, he laughed. "Oh, you brought your little assistant. What can she do? Translate for you." The people around him chuckled. It wasn't the first time he mocked someone less fortunate to entertain his guests. But this time, he leaned back and said, half jokingly, "If she can translate what I say next, I'll give her mother my job for a day." The room laughed harder. Cameras flashed. Even the waiters exchanged uneasy glances. Then, in a sharp and confident voice that no one expected, Amara looked up and said, "Niki Jamie Shuo, Dan J Bushi Yongyu Qian de Zhenyi Si." The billionaire froze. The sentence meant, "You can say that, but that's not what it means to truly have wealth." The laughter stopped. The air grew heavy. Mr. Liang's eyes widened as he turned toward the little girl. You speak Mandarin?" he asked softly. Amara nodded, her accent flawless. "Yes, sir. I've been learning it since I was 5. My mom couldn't afford school for me, so I learned from people's conversations and books she finds for me." The crowd murmured. Some even stood. The billionaire's pride cracked for the first time. He tried to regain control, smiling stiffly. "Then tell me, little one, what do you think true wealth means?" Amara's small hands trembled, but her eyes didn't waver. "It means giving others respect even when you don't have to," she said. "My mom says a kind word can feed a soul more than a full meal." For the first time that night, the billionaire had no clever comeback. The cameras captured his silence, the shame washing over his face. He stood, walked over to Linda, and bowed slightly, a gesture no one could have imagined from a man like him. "Madam," he said quietly, "I think your daughter just taught me something money can't buy." By the next morning, the story had spread across social media. Headlines read, "Billionaire silenced by cleaner's daughter who spoke truth in Chinese." Mr. Liang invited Linda and Amara to his office. There, he personally offered Linda a full-time position managing staff welfare at one of his hotels, with a scholarship for Amara at one of Shanghai's top international schools. When reporters asked him why, he smiled faintly and said, "Because sometimes the richest lessons come from the humblest teachers." Years later, Amara stood on the same stage where Mr. Liang once laughed at her, now a fluent interpreter and social entrepreneur, helping immigrant children learn languages for free. As she gave her speech, her voice was steady, filled with warmth. My mother once cleaned floors in this hall, she said. But tonight, she sits in the front row as my greatest teacher. If you ever think someone is beneath you, remember, you might just be looking at your future inspiration. The crowd rose to its feet, tears glistening in their eyes. So, if this story touched your heart even a little, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that respect and kindness can change lives. Because no matter who you are or where you come from, the language of dignity speaks louder than any fortune ever could.